Alright gang, welcome back to the Nutty Brewer series here in Normandy. It is now July. It's been a few months since we've done an episode here on the channel for this specific series. Not in real life, imagination life. But yeah, we've had a lot of stuff that we've been doing here, and honestly, I took actually a couple of months off, to be fair with all of you. There was just, you know, we've been really busy here trying to get this up and running, as you would expect, right? And getting the actual brewery up into a manageable situation. We have certainly done that. What I can tell you is that we are going to begin starting the process of doing tours and things like that, and allowing people to come to the brewery here, probably starting next month, honestly. I was really hoping I was going to be able to get it all done. Whoa. I don't know what's going on here, but I was really hoping I was actually going to be able to get it all done. Okay, this is going disastrously here. We got stuck into a tree somehow. This has never happened. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Did it work? It did. Okay. Whew, that tree was giving me all kinds of trouble. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, so my goal was really to have, you know, the brewery open for kind of a tour approach for anybody who wanted to. Really sometime last month, really kind of in May is what I was hoping for. Ideally, it would have been earlier than that, but as I mentioned, you know, there was still some work we had to get done internally inside the brewery to make sure that it was in a clean enough shape and in a good enough spot, really, for us to be able to consider start bringing in people to the brewery. And two, honestly, we didn't really have any process happening, right? Everything was just kind of sitting stagnant for the time being because we really didn't have any wheat or anything to actually start making any of the beer with, right? So while we certainly could have done those tours, and some people might have, you know, taken us up on that, it really wouldn't have given off the kind of approach we would want for somebody to come do a tour. Really, we want the actual brewery itself to at least be operational for at least some of the tours. Obviously, if we do any late tours or early morning tours, maybe there's nothing going on, but you get the point, right? You want to at least offer some tours, maybe a little bit more expensive of the tours, where it's actually a working, operating brewery and not just sitting there stagnant, right? So yeah, so a little bit later than we wanted to, but at least we should be able to start those up here later on in July. This is early July, later on in July. Yeah, and as we move forward, we'll be able to start inviting people into the brewery to check it out, do a little bit of a tour, and then obviously do some samples and tastings and things like that. So pretty excited about that, honestly. Really excited about that, as a matter of fact. Now, I'm not dropping straw, and I really should be here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We obviously wasted a little bit here on this field, but that's okay. We want this straw more specifically because we can take the straw and put it in with the pigs. I need to just fix something really quick. In the last episode, I went back after I went through watching it again after the edits. I misspoke and was having a bit of a brain fart, to be fair, and I was talking about the pigs and why there's no manure that has spawned, and well, it's because there's no straw in there. I knew that, and a lot of you pointed that out, and thank you for pointing that out. You were 100% correct. I do apologize for that little bit of a misspeak there, but, you know, things happen, right? And I was having a little bit of a brain fart. It happens. But 100%, you're correct. The pigs need straw to make manure. There was no straw on the ground, so they're not making manure. But as soon as that happens, hopefully we'll start seeing that manure spawn in that little point that I put next to the pig area. And we can kind of go from there. Also, the good thing about that is if we start, you know, tours here soon, the pigs are a little bit older, right? The little baby pigs, could they have been you know, visited by, you know, visitors, I guess, tourists, whatever you want to call them? Yes, they absolutely 100% could. Would they really want to, though? Probably not. The babies are a little bit more, you know, finicky about stuff like that. They're going to get a little nervous, a little scared. So, you know, now that they're about 3-4 months old, something like that, it should be a little bit of a better time for anybody who wants to go and see the pigs, right? So anyway, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are, well, as good as they can be. I mentioned this in yesterday's episode, and I'm not really going to drag on it here, but my real life job, my real work job, outside of this is just a fun little bonus, I guess. I don't really make any kind of crazy money on this. This is just bonus stuff is what I'm trying to get at, right? But anyway, two individuals who have been at the company that I work for longer than me, and I've been there for 10 years now, were just let go. So it makes me a little nervous about me moving forward, but They're saying there's nobody else, even though they said that 30 days ago, and how here we are, 2 other people are gone. So I don't know what to think right now, gang. I really don't know what to do. I don't know what to think, but there's a lot of other things on my mind right now, unfortunately, because of that reason. So hopefully I'm okay. Hopefully nothing comes of it. Hopefully it's just these 2, and then this is it. But yeah, it's an interesting period of time right now. I'll leave it at that. It's an interesting period of time in my real life job right now, in my real life profession, I guess. But I can't really harp on that, right? This is a nice escape from it, so we'll get back into this. But anyway, these are winter wheat we're harvesting right now. We've got 2 fields to harvest today. This field we're doing right now, the small field, of course, and then the field up here on the side of the hill, the bigger field here. So we'll be getting the brewery up and operational once again, up and running once again. Spent a little bit of money and effort as well near kind of the outside beer garden type of area that we've kind of created, right? Because we're going to be welcoming people here very, very soon, which means we're going to have a bit of a supplemental income incoming. It's not going to be a crazy amount of money. It's not going to make... I mean, obviously, it's going to help to an extent, but it's not like it's going to be able to support the whole brewery itself. We still need to continue that process of going and selling the beer, right? Now, we do have a nice little income coming in from the city itself. They've been buying a lot of beers, as you know. The next step I want to get to is the distribution, right? We've got to get that distributor to be like, yeah, okay, we'll start sending the beer outside of just the city here in Normandy, right? So if we're able to accomplish that here by the end of the year, I think that would be pretty good. I'm not quite sure we'll have enough stock to be able to do it, because right now the city is actually in pretty high demand here for our beer, and we really haven't been able to keep up. So a next step really for us is to try to get another piece of land so we can kind of continue to try to produce more beer for the city and meet that need. And then at that point forward, then we can start working on the distributor approach, right? But yeah, we just need to get more land. We need to get more fields of wheat, and then we'll be in a little bit better state, I think. And that'll be coming here very, very soon. Once we start selling all this beer here, we're going to have a good chunk of change, a good chunk of money incoming for us. And yeah, we're going to utilize that to our advantage and buy some more fields and kind of go from there. Now, we do have a loan to pay off. I've mentioned that already a number of times, but it is still there. It's not outrageously expensive, but it is a loan nonetheless. It is a pesky little loan. So we would ideally like to start paying some of that off as well. But really, first and foremost right now for me, the most important thing is to get at least 1 or 2 more fields before we even start considering paying off the loan. Like I said, we're not meeting the demand right now. We need to make sure we meet the demand. That's going to make us more money in the long run, so that's going to be our main focus here as we move along. Okay, small field is done, besides obviously getting the straw up, which we're going to get that up as well. Now, this field itself specifically, we're obviously harvesting it today. We're not going to be able to put the winter wheat back in there until September or October. And honestly, we're going to do a little bit of a switcheroo here. I'm going to save one of the fields. I'm not quite sure which one yet. It'll probably be the small one here, but I'm going to save one of the fields, and we're not going to put anything in it, and it's going to become a wheat field. So that way we have 2 winter wheat fields and 2 regular wheat fields. A little bit of an offset there, right? So we'll be able to do stuff a little bit, well, I guess how I'll word it is we'll be able to have 2 fields ready to harvest at different periods of time, right? So that's going to be our goal, at least, and really my goal honestly is going to be even more extreme than that. Is I'd like to do a winter wheat in September and then a winter wheat in October, so then it'll be ready to harvest next year or next season for July and August, right? One of each month, so that way we can kind of offset it, try to help keep that demand moving there, so we don't have everything all at once. Same thing with the wheat. I'd like to have one in March and one in April, so then we have one to harvest in September and October. So then that way we've got 4 straight months of wheat harvest to do, right? So that should hopefully be able to at least get us a little bit closer to trying to meet the demand there with the small amount of fields we currently have, right? Like I said, hopefully we'll upgrade those as we move along here. Hopefully we will. But yeah, so real quick before we move on here, we did a few minor upgrades. It's nothing crazy. We added a few planters here. this eagle I found over here in the weeds. I really liked it, and it's not in the best of shape, but I stuck it up here anyway. It is what it is. I just kind of liked it. We actually put in a windmill, which is kind of cool. I just thought that was a nice little addition to this area over here. And then obviously there is a bird feeder here, which is kind of cool, or a thank you area, where if you want to, donate some money or whatever, you can do that. Put another bench in. We actually had our first fire pit over here. It was the first time we had some people come over just to kind of like a soft opening, if you will. A lot of people showed up, more than I thought, so we put another bench in. We probably should put another one in over there as well, but yeah, so things are looking well, and then obviously we've had to put a trash can out here, which is full. I need to get rid of that, but anyway. So did a little bit of work there, and then obviously the rest of the time was spent inside the brewery. We did a lot already prior. I mentioned that before. But there was still some more work to be done and just cleanup work more than anything, right? We got most of the piping. There was one pipe we had to replace, but we got most of the piping, all done last time, right? We talked about that, but there was still a little bit left to do, and I think we're pretty much at that point now where I feel confident bringing people in, so we're going to do that, right? I'm going to turn the lines off here. I don't really think we need the lines on. Like the windmill, though. I like that windmill being added there. I think it's a nice little touch. And, yeah. Really like where the pigs are. There's still a little bit of work that needs to be done there. The hill's a little severe there. We'll continue to work on that, but obviously I'd like to have a little bit more money. For now, it's working. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work people going to see the pigs, though. As I mentioned before, right? What is going on here? We're going at an awkward angle up this hill. Anyway, they're in a great spot. They're kind of out of the way from like where people would be sitting out in the beer garden area drinking beer, so you won't, hopefully you won't smell the pigs as much unless there's a wind approach coming from that angle. But having said all of that, it still is to be said that, for people to go over there and see the pigs, they're going to be walking through an area that probably is going to be pretty busy, at least later on, once we actually get a really large operation going, right? So, having said all of that, we probably need to figure out some way about, this is not going to be the best thing in the world, is it? Maybe if I just back up a little bit more here. We're going to have to figure out some way to, find a safer path for people to walk over and see the pigs, right? I'm not quite sure how I want to do that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe we kind of cut into the side of the hill here, maybe. Or maybe we just put the path right up here against the edge of the fence. I don't know yet. I've got to figure that out. That's still a TBD thing. Right now, it's not a huge deal, but eventually, once we start getting we're in heavy operation period of the brewery, because it's going to have operational periods and then non-operational periods, right? We know that. At least until we get a big storage loaded up. But during those operational periods, we're going to need to figure something out here, because I just feel like there's a safety concern there, right? So we'll see what we come up with, and we'll figure that out from there. Okay, so the harvester's full, so we're going to get that unloaded. We've got to get the rest of that field done, obviously, and then I want to get the straw up as well. The straw is going to go directly into the pigs. We really have no other place to put the straw. I'm hoping that we have enough room in the pig pen there to kind of store all that straw. If not, I guess we'll have to figure something else out to do with the straw, or we just plow it up. We can always do that, right? We'll figure something out when it comes to that. We already bought, and I guess received still works depending on which way you look at it, but we already bought the forage wagon there, so we should be able to get the straw up, really no problem at all. We just got to spend the effort to do it, of course. So next month, like I said, the other winter wheat field will be ready to harvest, and really, I think my goal is I'm going to try to get all the straw up today, and then we can plow both the fields up, harvest the other field, and obviously get that field prepped and ready to go in the following month, right? So that way we can kind of offset it like I was talking about. So that's the goal. We got a lot to do. You know what we got to do here. Let's get it done. And yeah, we'll go from there. I can't get the trigger point to hit. Maybe the water tank's in the way, maybe. Let me see if I can move the water tank and maybe that'll help. I don't know. Anyway, the fields are done. Besides getting the straw up, we've got to get the straw up, which is going to be the next big objective here today. Go ahead and get the brewery up and running as well as soon as we are able to physically unload this. What's going on here? Wonder why it's not allowing me to unload it. That's weird. It allowed me to do it all the other times. Why is it all of a sudden now not letting me do it? You think maybe something's in the way there? Maybe something's causing it to not allow it to happen? Or maybe I just need to go this way. Perhaps it's this way. I would have thought it would have been the grain door, but maybe I was slightly over to the left last time when I unloaded. I don't know. Nope. Well, that's weird, isn't it? First time that's happened to me. I don't know what to do here, gang. This is weird, isn't it? Alright, I'm gonna keep working on this and see if I can figure out what the hell's going on with it. That's not good. This is not good. Okay, well, it was actually a lot easier than what I thought the problem was. Evidently, we may screwed up. So, even though it's still wheat, the mod itself doesn't accept winter wheat. It just accepts regular wheat. So, we made 2 fields of winter wheat for absolutely no reason at all. What does that mean? Well, I mean, realistically, I guess what it means is we're going to have to sell the wheat as it is. It's not going to be the best yield that we could get, of course. Excuse me. 711 would have been a lot better, but 517 will have to do. So we'll go somewhere different as well, I guess, on the map, somewhere we haven't been yet. But unfortunately, yeah, we're just going to have to sell this outright. There's really nothing else we can do with it. We don't have a silo we can store it in, and even if we did, even if we wanted to put down a silo, we wouldn't make enough money to claw back the amount that it would cost for the silo, more than likely, and unless we did a super unrealistic silo, of course, which we're really not trying to go or do within this this series. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's a sell product here. It's too bad. I just assumed that it would work with winter wheat as well. It does not. So, my mistake. Things like that are going to happen. It is what it is. Now we know. And now we know we really, well, quite frankly, we're going to have one more field, I guess, of winter wheat that we'll harvest next month. But moving forward, we're just going to have to do straight wheat fields as we continue on here. Now, hopefully, this season we can start the barley and we can do the amber type of beer, right? The dark malt or whatever they call it. Dark amber malt, whatever they call it. It means we have to outsource the sugar, of course, but yeah, we can go that approach. Now, a lot of people talked about that sugar specifically, and that this area of Normandy evidently is actually kind of known for its sugar. So we could go that approach if we wanted to. I don't think I'm going to, though. I think I'm just going to outsource it in this instance, but it is an option if we decide we want to change it up and go that way. This map is beautiful, man. This is a really, really nice map. One of the creators of the map actually commented on one of my early videos of this series, so if you're still happen to be watching, thank you. It's a fantastic map, really enjoying it. Definitely have to work the camera angles a lot with all the trees and everything. But it's an absolute fantastic map, so. Man, it's a shame of how little we're going to get off of this. It's a shame, man. That's such a small amount of money in comparison to what we could have got. All right, well, 11,668 plus 1,163 environmental score for it, so not terrible, but certainly would have liked to see a little bit more in the form of beer or in this case, what do they call it? Malt beverage. Anyway, we'll head back, and we'll jump into the forage wagon, and we'll get all the straw up. That's the next step, really. And then, like I said, the straw is going to go for the pigs themselves. As far as the pigs go, I don't really know how much it holds. It appears that it holds a lot, so hopefully it'll hold every single bit of straw we get, but I guess we'll find out. One other quick thing to note here, I did add a sign out here in the front for the brewery itself, so yeah, we got a nice little sign at least, so people are driving through here. If they're looking for it. They know for a fact they're now here. They should know already, but they do know. I'm actually also considering putting one out on the main road out there. I think I probably will. We're obviously not going to do it today, but I think I probably will put one out there too. Just real quick, I was thinking on the process here, I think we might just do one of the straw fields. We'll save the other one for the next episode again because, well, quite frankly, we're going to have less to do than what I initially thought we were going to, right? We've got multiple months now before we're going to be able to put the regular wheat in the ground, right? So I thought we were going to be selling some beer next month. We're not going to be doing that now, among numerous other things, right? So we've got technically 2 months, 3 months maybe. I don't even remember when then the only one wheat field we have for this season that's actually going to be able to be turned into beer. Man, that sucks saying that, but yeah. So I think we might just do one field. I'll probably do the small field right here, and then we can save it for the next episode, the bigger field for the next episode. It's a shame, man. It's an absolute shame. I really should have paid attention to that, I guess. I should have known that was going to happen, but I really didn't. I just assumed that it was going to be fine. As winter wheat, I would just assume the mod would be fine with the wheat. It's wheat regardless, but no, that's unfortunately not the case. So it is what it is. We got to pivot and move on. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's over. Okay, why can't I pick up that straw right there? Why is it not letting me pick up that little bit right there? Weird, right? Maybe it's just glitched, but it's not allowing me to pick up that little tiny bit right there. There it did. That was weird. I drove right over top of them. I mean, the tire marks are right over top of them. Oh well. I don't know. Weird. I guess maybe it's not actually straw that's dropped on the ground. Maybe it's just chopped, I guess. I don't know. I think it would have to be, because that's the reason why it's not letting me pick it up, and it just has the texture just mixing it, is fooling with my eye and making it seem like there is a bit to pick up there, but really there's not. Oh well. Now, you know, like I said, we've got a whole other field up there on the side of the hill that we just harvested that's going to have straw on it that needs to be picked up, right? And then we've got this field here that's going to need to be plowed up and all that stuff, right? You know, it's going to give us plenty to do next month with having one big field for straw to get up, another field to harvest, and the straw to get up on that field, of course, and then obviously to plow all these fields. That's going to give us plenty to do, and really we don't have to have all of that done next month either, or the next episode in this case. It doesn't have to all be done then. It can certainly be done later on, now that we know we're not going to be able to do anything with it even next month if we wanted to, right? We can get stuff prepped and ready to go for next season. We're not going to be able to put anything in the ground until next season, March or April, right? So we can't do any of the winter stuff. That's not going to work. So plenty of time, so it's not as big of a deal now to try to get us, you know, a bunch done at the same time here. I guess what that means is the city is going to be pretty upset with us. I guess the only other way we could go about this, and I'm really considering doing it, and as a matter of fact, we probably will, but I probably won't do it until next month at this point, is just outsource some wheat, you know, like we're going to do, right? We're going to outsource the sugar, so why don't we just outsource some wheat or some barley for that matter, and keep the or at least get the brewery back up and running again, right? We can just go that approach, and basically what it's going to mean is we're going to have to delay or hold on to at least wait a little bit longer, I guess, for us to be able to get another field, right? It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. This is where we're at. See those big pieces right there? Like, why wouldn't it let us pick that up? Like, that should be able to be picked up, in my opinion. That literally looks like straw to me. And it does. Perhaps it's the angle? Maybe they just couldn't reach it with the angle? Because there it's doing it again. So maybe it's just the angle that we're going at. Just the wheels are not low enough, so the pickup is not where it needs to be able to pick that up. I mean, I guess that's the only explanation that I can come up with. Very odd. Sorry about the trees there, gang. I'm doing the best I can to try to make sure that that doesn't become an issue, but they are, they're quite large trees, and they definitely get in the way. I think that's just going to have to do. It's not really going to allow me to do much more, so I think that's going to have to do. And we're pretty much full anyway, right? We got 1% remaining that we could be put in there, so not too concerned about the remaining little bits there. This, I'm hoping, like I said, will all go in for the pigs. If it doesn't, then I don't know what we're going to do with it. I might hold on to it and wait and see about maybe selling it next month. I would assume the straw selling is going to be better next month than now. I know straw, I think it's normally November, I think. Definitely need to spend a little bit more effort here on this side, trying to smoothen this area out a little bit more than we do right now. Alright, straw's going in. Yeah, it doesn't accept it all. That's kind of what I was afraid of. 15,000 liters of straw is all it takes. So we got to figure out what we're going to do with the rest of this straw, because we're going to get plenty more again next month, right? Not only because we have the field over here that was already harvested and has the straw that needs to be picked up, but we're also going to have another field over here to harvest, which is also going to have the straw. Now, what I could, of course, do is not drop straw altogether, and that might end up being the option there, just not dropping the straw, but yeah, we'll figure something out. But for now, we will leave the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button. In the case you've yet to do so, they are free to do. It helps me out more than you could possibly imagine. It's the easiest and best way to help me and the channel out. And I do appreciate each and every single one of you for doing so. Thanks to my members for all their support, as always. I can't thank them enough for everything that they continue to do to support me. If you want early access to videos like this one, there's a link down below where you can maybe consider becoming a member. Help support me and the channel once again. Check out the shop. There's a link down below. Check out the Discord. Check out the second channel. Everything you need, it's always down below for you. Lots of stuff for you to check out. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support, as always, and I'll see you next time.